New York Telemarketer Bond. What is the purpose of the New York Telemarketer Bond? The purpose of the NY Telemarketer Bond is to ensure that telemarketers operate with integrity, transparency, and adherence to state regulations while conducting business in New York. This bond serves as a form of financial security, providing protection for consumers, businesses, and regulatory authorities against potential damages, liabilities, or misconduct associated with telemarketing activities. By requiring telemarketers to obtain this bond, New York aims to uphold the integrity of its telemarketing industry and safeguard the interests of all parties involved. Requirements and regulations. To obtain the New York Telemarketer Bond in New York, telemarketers must meet specific criteria established by state authorities. These criteria typically include proof of licensing, compliance with telemarketing regulations, a clean legal record, and adherence to ethical telemarketing practices. Telemarketers must also demonstrate financial stability and ethical conduct to qualify for the bond. By imposing these requirements, New York minimizes the risk of fraudulent or unethical telemarketing practices, ensuring consumer protection and industry integrity. In the event of non-compliance or breach of contract, the bond provides financial recourse for affected parties, enabling them to seek compensation for damages or losses incurred. Benefits for consumers and businesses. For consumers and businesses in New York, the New York Telemarketer Bond offers assurance and peace of mind when engaging with telemarketing services. Consumers can trust that telemarketers will conduct their activities ethically and transparently, minimizing the risk of fraud or harassment. Businesses can rely on the bond to ensure that telemarketers they partner with adhere to state regulations and industry standards, protecting their reputation and interests. Overall, the bond promotes transparency, accountability, and consumer confidence within New York's telemarketing industry. To know more, please visit swiftbonds.com. South Carolina Electric and Gas Company Utility Deposit Bond. What is a South Carolina Electric and Gas Company Utility Deposit Bond? South Carolina Utility Deposit Bond. The electric and gas company placed a deposit guarantee surety bond on their account in order to ensure that they can pay for utility services such as electricity, gas, and water. These bonds are also known as utility deposits because the money is deposited with the utilities themselves. It only provides protection from default if needed by ensuring payment, no matter what happens financially to the entity holding this type of insurance policy. Why is the South Carolina Electric and Gas Company Utility Deposit Bond required? Businesses must purchase a bond to activate their license or permit. This guarantees that if the business fails to comply with licensing and permit laws, they will be compensated by the surety company for any damages incurred due to this negligence. How does a South Carolina Electric and Gas Company Utility Deposit Bond work? Getting a South Carolina Electric and Gas Company Utility Deposit Bond means you agree with the entity requiring it, called the obligee. Your surety company agrees to cover for you in case your clients or public make claims against their contract and need payment from your bond. If there's ever any problems on either side of this agreement, only then will we get involved, so that both parties can be satisfied. How much does a South Carolina Electric and Gas Company Utility Deposit Bond cost? South Carolina Electric and Gas Company Utility Deposit Bond is a type of surety bond that varies in cost and depends on the credit score of the applicant. Sometimes, personal or business financials may be required, depending on what surety amount is needed for bonding purposes. To know more, please visit swiftbonds.com.